Okay, you guys, we are getting ready to start this scarf. This scarf is inspired by another YouTuber. Her name is MJ Off the Hook. I love her work. She does some really beautiful things. This scarf that she done, I thought would be pretty good for me to do. All of my new crocheters should be able to keep up with this because we're only going to be using 2 stitches through the whole entire project. You'll be using a double crochet, which will be an extended double crochet, and I'll show you exactly how to do that. And you'll also need the single crochet, which if you're a crocheter, beginner crochet or not, you should know how to do the single crochet. All of the yarn and the materials we'll be using is right here in front of me. I'm using a rust. Everything is from Big Twist. All these 3 right here is from Big Twist. This is the rust, the varsity green, and a burgundy. These 2, the white and this blue, is from Hobby, and this is the We Love Yarn brand. So I'm going to be using this white in between each one of these colors. So this project should come together pretty easy and pretty quick. Other supplies you'll need is the pair of scissors and I'm doing this in a 6.5 hook. I think that's all we'll need. So let's get started. Okay, so now we're going to start out with a slip knot. I'm starting out with my navy blue, and I'm going to make a chain of 50. Okay, so this is going to be a pretty wide scarf. It's going to be pretty wide. This is 50, but I want my chain to stay 50, so I'm going to add 1 more to make me have a chain of 51. Starting from the second chain from the hook, we're going to do single crochets. Once you get to the other end, you should have 50 single crochets. Okay, we are at the end, and I have 50 single crochets. We're going to chain 1, and then we're going to turn our work, and we're going to do another row of single crochets all the way back down. Every time we do a row of single crochets, we are doing 2 rows of single crochet. So every time you switch back to that single crochet, you're doing 2 rows of it. And we putting 2 rows of it all the way up, but it will be done in white. Okay, now we finished our second row of our 50. And so now we're getting ready to start on the extended double crochet. So what we're going to do is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Turn our work. Now, extended double crochets is just like the regular double crochets. You just extending it up to the height of this. So you're going to go around just like a double crochet. Don't go into that first stitch right here that's connected. Go into this second stitch. I know this is hard to see because this is black, but let me see if I do it like this. Okay, yeah. So don't go into this stitch. Go into that second stitch. Go over, put it into the stitch, come up, pull this all the way up to the height of this stitch, and just double crochet it off. Just like that. Lost control of my stitch. Just like that. Go around, go to the next one, go in it, pull it all the way up, and double crochet it off. And you're going to do that all the way down this chain. Pull it all the way up and go all the way in. Okay, we're going to do 3 rows of these. But make sure that you pull your extension up. Make sure your extension comes all the way up. It don't have to be like super tall, but it needs to be a tall extension when you do it. So when you go in, make sure you pull it all the way up to extend that to even out with everyone else, with all the other ones. I might have not extended these a little bit enough. So let me go back. I'm going to do that again. I think these 2 is, but I think these 2 did not get extended enough. So let me do these 3 again, and then extend it up, and then crochet it off, just like that. Go in, extend it up, You have to be really light-handed when you're doing it. You don't want to hold it too tight because then you don't get the extension that you need. Just like that. Okay, go in, pull it all the way up to even with the rest, and go on to the next. I'm gonna finish mine up off camera and I will be back. Okay, we're coming to the end of this one, so we're gonna go in on this one right here, pull it up, extend it. It's your very first stitch, last stitch I mean, so we gotta make sure we hit that last stitch as well. We don't want it to start leaning, so if you need to use a stitch marker on this last stitch, do so. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and we're going to turn our work, and we're going to continue on with the same pattern. Okay, I'll be back. I'm going to work mine up 4 rows in this color, and I will be back once I'm done with my 4th row. Okay, we're on our last stitch. Remember, you guys, you got to remember to get this stitch right here. And I'm just going to take it into the top stitch right there. Take it into that top stitch, pull it down, pull it up, and double crochet it off. Oh, but we're getting ready to change our color, so we're going to leave those right there. And I'm going to grab the white. In between the white, I'm putting, in between each row, I'm putting 2 rows of white. So I'm just going to add it on. Add it on. And then I'm going to do chain 1. You can tighten it. Chain 1 and then turn your work. Now you can cut this string off. The white, I don't know, because you're going to use the white several times. You're going to use this blue again too, but it depends on how far you have to weave this in. So I'm going to do single crochets for the next 2 rows. It'll be single crochets all the way back down. Single crochets all the way into the top stitch. I'm probably going to try to weave mine in because I don't want to weave in a lot at the end, but I'm going to try to weave it in as I go. If it don't work, then I'll take it out. Just know I'm doing this as I go, so, you know. Okay, I'm going to drop that blue down. Okay, so I'm going to do single crochets all the way across. All right, I'll be back. Okay, we're at the end right here with our last single crochet. We're going to change our colors. So I went in and I'm going to leave these 2 on the hook. Pick up the next yarn, pull it through, tighten it if you need to, and then I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Then we're going to turn our work. And I'm going to leave my white added on because I'm going to use that every 4th row. We'll be using this white. So I'm not going to cut it off. I'm just going to keep weaving it up. I'm just going to cut off the other colors. So now we're back to our extended double crochets. And then we do extended double crochets all the way to the bottom. We'll do extended double crochets all the way across our chain. And remember to extend them, but you don't have to extend them too high. Don't extend them too high, but enough just to be able to for them all to come out even. Okay, so I'm going to work this one up for 4 rows, and I'll be back when it's time to start back on our white. Okay, now I'm going to bring my white back up. Make sure you make it loose so it don't buckle. Now you don't have to do this. You can also chain 1. You can also cut this off and just keep adding it to it. I don't know if I said that a little while ago, but you can just cut that off and keep adding it to it. And I may do that as well. I just needed to see if this would work, but this may be too much and I might have to cut it off anyway. So I'm just doing this as I go. So chain 1 and turn your work. I have my 4 rows of burgundy done. Now let's start on this white. Chain 1, we're gonna turn our work. I'm gonna try to weave this tail in as we go, and we're going back to our single crochets. So we do single crochets, and I'm doing 2 rows of this white in between each row. So I'm gonna work on my 2 rows, and I will be back. All single crochets all the way across the chain, the project. Okay, we're gonna add our next color. I am gonna go on and cut off this white because I just don't want it to be on here. Okay, we're gonna add our last color in here. So I'm gonna stop right here on this one, and I'm gonna add the green. Roll it around, chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then turn your work. And then I'm going to skip this first one because this is considered a chain. I don't know if I had mentioned that when I started this, but this is considered a chain. I hate it if I didn't, but hopefully I did. So we're starting at the second chain from the hook with the same stitch we've been using. Extended half double crochets. Extended half double crochets all the way across. Make sure you're keeping up with your count as you're doing this. It's very important. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys finish this up, and I will be back once I've made it all the way to my 4th row with the color green. Okay, you guys, I have done this part. I need to work this up the rest of the way, but this is the color pattern that I'm using. You can use whatever color pattern you choose to. I put 2 rows of white in between each color. These are all done in the same exact stitch, which is an extended double crochet. I made sure that I tried to weave in all of my ends along the way. I did miss a few of them, but I tried to weave them all in along the way so you have less work to do at the end. Once I make it to the length that I want, I will be back. I'm just going to keep repeating these same 4 rows, same 4 colors, not rows, same 4 colors over and over and over again. Okay, you guys, look at these colors. Ain't they so pretty together? We have gotten finished with all of our colors, but this is the end. And if you remember at the beginning, I had to add 2 rows of single crochets before I started my 4 rows of double crochets. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. I'm going to add single crochets on to end this out. I'm gonna add 2 rows of single crochets on this end. And I'm going to add it all the way across. I'm going to go all the way down, and I will be back once I finish with this row, with both rows of single crochets. So I'm going to do 2 rows of single crochets, and then we will be done with the scarf, the body of the scarf, and we will move on to designing the tassels. Okay, you guys, I am done. I was going to put some tassels on this, but this actually turned out so long that I feel like I don't need tassels. So I'm not going to put tassels on the end of this. And look at the colors on this. I went up 104 rows to make this scarf, but the colors on this scarf looks amazing, and I actually really love it. I am all done. I am finished. I will show you guys what I look like in it. And we're going to go from there. This scarf came together really quick. I do have some disclaimers. This was a labor of love, but it came out really, really nice. All right, you guys. This is it. Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Deborah. I'm back to give you the do's and don'ts of the scarf. This scarf was a labor of love. It was a very easy scarf to do, but you have got to keep up with your count. Do you know how many times I had to turn this down? Y'all didn't see it, but I definitely had to turn this down a couple of times and put it back up. It was not hard though. It was just I was not keeping up with my count. I actually can say I've never really had that problem, but when you think you're a professional and you think you got it down pat, you really don't, because I don't know. This was nice. It came out very well. It's just that I want to really stress count. At least every so many rows, count your crochets. And another thing, your double crochets. And another thing, the extended double crochets, I kept forgetting. I kept making them regular double crochets, so I kept having to turn it down to go back. And the double crochets and the extended double crochets, they're not even that hard. They're not difficult, and they're the same. It's just I kept forgetting to do it. I'm going fast, and then all of a sudden I realized, oh shoot, these are supposed to be extended. So I had to take them out and extend them up. So on my video, on some parts of the video, you will see the same thing, that I forgot to do the extension on them, but you get the gist of it. When I hit the points on the video, you should be able to get what I was doing. Now, another thing is I was weaving in my ends as I went. Don't do that, because it's not dense enough for the little ends to pop out like this. How these are popped out like this, I didn't take this one out. I took the rest of them out and just tied them off with little knots on the end. And because the way it's laid out, you can't even see the knots. They really look good on here. But this is one that's sticking out. When I weaved it in, they kept sticking out in the middle here, which was getting on my nerves. So I wound up pulling them out and just tying them off with each other. I know I was saying weave them in along the way so you wouldn't have to tie in the ends at the end. Don't do that. I wouldn't recommend you doing that, because it doesn't look good. To me, it didn't look good because your little ends just kept sticking out. So I didn't like that. Other than that, I did do this all in one day. And I feel like I didn't do it like extra fast where I feel like I did it in one day because I'm just that good. No, it really comes together really easy. If you keep up with your counting and you just keep moving, it comes together really easy. This is a real easy project. I think I was just messing up so much because I wasn't paying attention and trying to watch TV and also crochet at the same time, and probably being a little bit overconfident is the reason I kept messing up. But it came out really good, and it's long. I was going to put some tassels on the end of it, but it was so long I decided not to. I figured it works just fine as long as it is. Now, I said I got my inspiration from MJ Off the Hook. She always does the best little projects, and this is one of her projects. This is her pattern. I mean, I did tweak it to fit me, but this is pretty much one of her patterns, and I just thought it would be cute for something you could do for somebody for Christmas. Now, I did give you the parts that was a little difficult, but don't let that scare you. What I did, the difficult parts, that wasn't difficult. I might be saying the wrong word. It was just a little bit more time consuming than I thought it was going to be, and I was not counting. Like I said, I was not counting. And don't weave in your ends along the way. Cut them and then tie them off at the end. And that's it. Other than that, this came together really, really cute and real quick. So, I think that's all I got. I know I've been doing a lot of stripes. I got one more stripe project. I don't have it with me right now. I couldn't find it. I mean, I know it's in my closet or something. I couldn't find it, but I have another striped sweater I'm going to do with similar stripes, but just different, just a different version of stripes. So that's going to be my next project. And that's all I got. You guys, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I'm like 200 away at this time. I'm about 200 away from being at 10,000 subscribers. I'm super excited about that. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Turn the notification notification bell on so you can be updated and notified once I upload new videos. Until next time, act, look, and think like a winner. The days you don't, dress it up. Have fun making this scarf. This is gonna be a really nice scarf. Have fun. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.